Today, we have a really interesting project on our hands today. Kind of a review, more or less a science project here, right? A lot of these tests we're gonna be doing on this product I have not done yet. We're gonna be doing them live together right here. And what we're gonna be talking about is glass mouse feet. Are they beneficial? Are they gonna change your gameplay? Heck, are they durable? But all in all, are they worth it? But hold up, before we get into our actual test right here, something I can tell you that is worth it is our sponsor of the video, Corsair and the HS80 wireless gaming headset. Offering a nice, stylish, and solid build quality here, and 100% stinking cozy with these absolutely nice plush cloth ear cushions. You're not gonna get any aches or pains with this headset playing for long periods of time. RGB on the ear cups and a nice RGB notification right on the front of the microphone whenever it's active or muted. And fantastic mic quality, because heck, that's what you've been hearing this entire time. Make sure to go check out the Corsair HS80 in the description down below. All right, so time to get serious, you guys. Don't mind if I take off my lab coat here, because it's about to get pretty spicy. We're gonna be using this little measuring doohickey right there. We're gonna use our force gauge to see if they're durable. Of course, a scale, because we don't want these things to be incredibly heavy. A few test subjects. All right, so to start this test, let's go on and start with our weight. The scale, we'll start with the lethal gaming gear. And well, heck, Jesus, not even picking up the scale. Let me try a different scale and see if it comes up any different. Okay, so this is picking it up a little bit better. I don't know if the camera can see, but it's coming in at 2.9 grams. Again, these are the feet for the Zowie C series. Let's get those out of there. Now let's check the pulsar. This is for the X-Lite. Piece of dust, not sure if that weighs much. We are getting 2.1 grams. Again, these feet are much smaller than the Zowie ones, so that's making up the difference of weight. I'm sure model to model, obviously they're gonna weigh about the same. So I'm sure a concern on your mind right now is, hey man, is that gonna increase the weight of my mouse? Well, luckily we have some regular PTFE feet for the Pulsar X-Lite here, which we're gonna weigh and check that. Unfortunately, I don't have some extra feet for the Zowie, so I can't check that, but this will give us a basic idea. Putting our PTFE feet for the X-Lite on, we're getting 1.9 grams. Going back to our glass feet for the X-Lite, we were getting 2.1 grams. So as you can see right there, guys, the weight difference is minimal and really doesn't make a difference. Now the next test I want to do is measure them. Is it going to mess with our liftoff distance? Are they too thick? And I actually did a tweet on this. I actually showed it where my mouse was moving, my mouse cursor was moving when I wasn't touching a mouse. That's going to go more into our glide test, talking about surfaces we're going to do about soon. But just to kind of squash that, a lot of people said, hey, maybe it's a liftoff distance. It is not. All right, so first off, I want to measure a regular PTFE foot right here. This is the one from the Pulsar X-Lite. As you can see, our measuring doohickey is set to 0. We're going to get it out, put that guy in there, and we are getting 0.81 millimeters on a regular PTFE foot. Now, apples to apples, we're going to get the Pulsar one over here for the X-Lite as well, and we are getting 0.87 millimeters, so a little bit bigger. And as you see, I cannot make it any tighter right there. 0.87. Now let's just see what the lethal gaming gear ones are coming in at as well. We are getting 0.82. Okay, so the lethal gaming gear is a little bit thinner than the X-Lite. All right, guys, so something's coming up a little bit weird here, okay? I started testing all the other feet here, the front ones as well, just see if there's any difference. So I got my measure back to 0. Lethal gaming gear, the front foot for the Zowie C, we're getting 0.80 millimeters on the front foot. Coming over here to the X-Lite one, we are getting, get it in the middle there, 0.82 millimeters on the front foot there. Again, going back to the back one here, just showing you, we're getting 0.85. So as you can see, we have a very mild inconsistency as far as the measurement on the front and the rear one. Back looking at lethal gaming gear, just so we got it fresh right here, 0.82, and then coming to the front here, we are getting 0.80. So is that just a coincidence? Are they just because they're pre-production models? I'm not sure, but as you're seeing right there, the front and rear foot are slightly different, but that is so small, I don't think that's going to make a difference at all in our actual use with the feet. All right, so this next test is going to be the durability test, and we're going to have two tests within this test right here. I'm saying test too many times. Number one is going to be the scratch test, and number two is going to be the pressure test. What will it take to break them? So all in all, the durability. I forgot one of my tools over here in my lab coat, guys. Hold on. Here we go. Yep. You all know you need a shank in your lab coat. I'm just gonna take it and take my knife and just start slicing it up. Slicing it up. Well, I'm sliding off it. Okay, let's go this way. All right, so we did that. Guys, I do not have a single scratch on this. Let me see if I try to like dig it in and go like that. And I'm pressing into this right here, guys. I am pressing into this. Not a single scratch. I doubt the camera can even pick it up, but even looking at it right there in the light reflections, there is not a single scratch on either of these feet. All right, and now for our pressure test. I got this doohickey right here. We're gonna press them against the mouse pad because that's really only fair. If we press against a hard surface, I don't really think any of us will be pressing like that. So you guys can see at least as well, I'm going flat to flat. We're gonna press in to the pulsar. So far, we're at 4 pounds, guys, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 7 pounds. I can't really press 10 pounds, and we are still not broken on the pulsar. Very nice. Let's go ahead and get the Lethal Gaming Gear one right here, and we're going to do the exact same test right here. All right, flat to flat, pressing it down. We just broke at 4 pounds of pressure, guys. Now, this is a bigger foot, so that could have played into it, but it broke at 4 pounds of pressure. The cool thing is it just shatters slightly, but I do have, if you can see on the camera, I have these little tiny shards everywhere now. Just shake that on the floor right there. Hopefully no one calls OSHA on me here, you know what I mean? Now I want to do this test one more time to make it fair. I'm going to get the other Lethal Gaming foot, which is smaller, so that might have played into our test right there. It's going to be smaller just like the Pulsar one. Getting our tool again, we have our foot right there, flat against flat, and we are going to press it evenly right here, going in. Okay, so there we go. Now we're getting it. We broke at 5 pounds of pressure this time with the Lethal Gaming Gear one. All right, so as you just saw with our pressure test right there, the Pulsar one came up to 10 pounds of pressure when the Lethal Gaming Gear one busted under 5 pounds of pressure. Now, are any of us going to be putting up to 5 pounds of pressure on our mice? No, we are not. Again, we're doing a scientifical study right here to test them out. And yeah, the Pulsar one was a little bit stronger, but again, just like the weight, it's not going to matter because you're not going to be pressing that much, but at least we know now. All right, so now that I got little shards of glass all up in my hands, and my hands are probably going to start bleeding any minute here, let's move on to our next test, and that is going to be the glide test on multiple surfaces. All right, so let's go and start our glide test with the Zowie ZA with the Lethal Gaming Gear feet on the back with the Artisan Hein. I believe that's what it's called. Kind of hybrid, a little bit of a rougher surface here, right? Now putting this, just look at guys. Just a slight flick. Can we just shout out the new Lethal Gaming Gear cords, guys? Like, holy smokes, this thing is so tiny. Anyways, not a cable review, but look at it. You still get some of that noise, but it just floats across there pretty much. Now, coming over here to the Super Light with the Pulsar feet back here. Now, we have them in the middle, the back, and the front, so we got a little bit more coverage of the surface here. Sounding a little bit rougher. I think that's because all the separation with the multiple feet over here. Let's check out the Razor Viper. Coming back to Lethal. So you still get that noise from the pad, but as you see, it definitely glides across the surface on all of them. All right, so for our next pad, we're gonna use the Odin Infinity Zero Gravity. I love this pad. It's just silky smooth control surface. Starting over here with the Super Light with the Pulsar feet. As you see, it's still stopping. You see it come to the stop a little bit better. So you still do have that control, but it comes to a nice smooth stop. All right, let's go on and try our Razor Viper. Again, Pulsar feet, same thing. You get a smooth stop. It's not coming to that jerky stop if you're catching it. Watch, it floats to that stop. Lethal Gaming Gear with their glass feet, same deal. I want you to watch it right there, right? So you see it's not coming to a jerky stop. It's coming to a nice slow yield right there. Our next pad is going to be the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn. It's kind of similar feeling like the Odin one we just did, but without that real silky texture. I'd compare this to like an Artisan Zero. Okay, so starting with the Logitech G Pro here, with the Pulsar feet. Now this is a little bit more of a control pad, I would say. And it comes a little bit more to that stop, a little bit more of an abrupt stop. So again, you're still having a control. Razor Viper, same deal. Slight glide. Again, you're seeing it be a little bit slower than the Odin. I don't want this to be a mouse pad test here. Again, we are testing the feet on different surfaces with different mice. Again, same deal. It's still coming to a glide, but a lot more abrupt. Okay? You're catching it? Next surface, and this one I'm really excited about. This is the SkyPad V2 or whatever, the really smooth one. And I'm excited because I have not done this yet, right? So going back to the Logitech with the Pulsar feet. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this. I'm just gonna like here so you can see my hand. I'm just gonna tap it. Look at that thing. It's like ice skating. Oh man, watch the spin test. Holy smokes. Okay, yo, it's gliding. I'm talking about no control. It seriously feels like an air hockey table. Let's try with the Viper. Yo, same thing. Even though it's a little bit of a heavier mouse, same thing. It just feels like, all right, a little rougher on the Viper because we got that big old chunkiness in the back right there, right? Let's go and try the lethals on the Zowie. A little louder. I'm not too sure why these are coming in louder because they are rounded on the edge. Let me see. Well, they are clear as day. The lethal ones, now that I look at it, and I doubt the camera can catch this at all, but the Pulsar ones are significantly more rounded than the lethal ones. So, wow. I can't get over that Logitech. Yeah, guys, just the difference right there. Look at that. And that's clear as day because the lethal ones are not as rounded. They are rounded, but not near as much as the Pulsar ones. All right. So wrapping up our test here, guys, a lot of fun tests, a lot of interesting results. I gotta wrap this up, guys. I got some other patients calling Dr. Techni over here, you know what I mean? So anyways, what do we wrap up here, right? We had some differences. We had some skates break, you know what I mean? We had the differences with the rounded edges. I think all of the differences as far as the weight or anything like that was mild. It was definitely mild that I don't even think many people would notice. As far as price, they're both pretty much the exact same, coming in at right around $20. What I would say is availability, because they're sold out on Lethal Gaming Gears. I believe they're sold out on Pulsar site or Amazon. They're not even active yet. So wherever you find them available, I say scoop them up, and I think you're going to be happy with both of them right there. And when you do pick some up, just give them the time they deserve. Don't test them and be like, man, no, not for me. Give them that time, and again, build that muscle memory for them, and you're gonna have a lot of fun with these guys. But all in all, thank you so much for being on time for your visit today. All your checkups are fine. Family history, we have it all in our books. Everything's looking good. So anyways, just come back and see me here in the next video. I want you back here in another day or two, okay? We're gonna come back and just do another quick follow-up then. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and again, I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.